What's up everyone, welcome back to the channel. We've got a bit of a bittersweet day here today. As a few of you know, we own this 55 GMC hot rod and it's being sold. First things first, before I show you around the truck and all the hard work that's gone in it, I've got to slam it. It's got to be done. Truck already looks better. Let's get to it. Right then, let's take a walk around the truck, have a look what we've done. There's so much to get through, guys, so let's get on to it. So this is a 55 GMC Chevy truck. We brought this in a right state. Hopefully later we're going to put some pictures up, probably towards the end of the video, what the truck looked like and the journey it's been on since we've had it. This has probably been a 3-year build. We've had the truck 5 years. But it's probably been a 3-year build in the making. Obviously, we work full time, so we've only been on it as and when we get 5 minutes. But I'll show you under the bonnet because we're here. There's a nice little catch under there if you can find it. Wow. Right then, the jewellery box of the truck. What we've got a 5.9 Cummins engine, which is out of a road sweeper, which is a funny story. So what we did, because these are high mileage engines, we brought a road sweeper and we took the axles from the road sweeper and we took the engine and gearbox. It only had 40,000 miles plus a road sweeper as left-hand drive. So it was a perfect setup steering box for the truck because obviously it's a left-hand drive truck. What we've done inside the engine bay, obviously shoehorn the engine in for a start. We've made all these really nice panels that we've swaged inside there just to tidy everything up because we don't want you to see the wheels and the mess what's underneath, aka the dirt spray, the water spray. As you can see, the big thing standing out is the turbo. So it's got a HX35 turbo on there. Obviously we've built all the manifolds, the intake systems, you know, everything on this truck has been built in-house. So it's, you know, it's really pretty truck. The bit for me, one of the favourite bits on this truck, it's got to be the header tank. So I didn't want a big bulky plastic header tank. So what we've done, we've made something to mimic the original firewall. We've put some nice swages in it, some baffle tubes, and that is the header tank. So it just looks, you know, incoming with the truck really. Obviously got the radiator and the enormous intercooler underneath. We've took the bumper, we've painted the bumper, we've tucked it as tight as we can get it to the truck. And you've got to remember these trucks, they're not meant to be hot rodded. I said this in one of my videos previously, but they are really hard to get fit and finish on these trucks. So outside, obviously the colour, which is amazing orange. It is a Kia Soda orange, which, to be fair, we had so much headache picking a colour. I just said to one of the guys in the shop, pick a colour. This is the colour they picked. You know, the chrome works really well with it. I'm not really into chrome. I don't like the polish inside of it, but it just works with this truck. So moving around, guys, I'm just going to shut this. Let's move around to the interior. Show you some of the interior of the truck. So if you can see in there. So the interior is literally done by a company called Auto Trim. They've done a fantastic job of the stitch work. Everything is beautiful. We've had our logos embossed in the seats, which you'll see later. They've done us a beautiful roof panel. We've had door cards done. And then obviously, as you can see, this is the gearbox cover, but in our case it's more of an engine cover because the engine is so big. So the truck is a manual, so it's a 5-speed manual. We've had to design and build this gear lever to go under the seat because the shifter is the center of this, it's in the center of the seat. And the truck it's air over hydraulic, so basically it's got air brakes, it has an air clutch, it has an air brake system, and obviously it's on air, so there's a lot of air going on. Next bit, just got to show you there because it's one of my favourites, another favourite of the truck. We've had to build this seat because obviously the other seat wasn't viable to use. We've had some old mat bags made on the back because that's how they used to be in the day, so I really like that design. Now let's have a look at the bed. So I'm just going to show you how the bed works. A lot of people think it's a flatbed truck, which it is, but it's also on hydraulics. I'm just going to show you this in motion working. So just all the control pack is in here, the hydraulics. So basically we just take the remote, it's just a simple up and down button. You just press the button, the bed will lift. So the idea of the truck with a lifting bed, when the ramps are out at the back, it's just one continuous slope. So it's dead nice. It's just so easy to put cars on, low cars, lower vehicles, yeah, it's just so nice. We haven't got a winch because we don't want to be dragging cars up here that don't run, don't drive. It is a show vehicle, but don't get me wrong, it is used. Right, that's the controller, that's how we lift the bed. So let's go and show you where the ramps are stored. Follow me. Again, another cool gadget. We've got a little micro switch there. We just press the button. And this is built to represent like an aeroplane wing. We wanted a rounded back end instead of just a flat bottom. No one wants a flat bottom. Just wanted a nice curved back end. So these are just mini actuators. We've got a micro switch so it stops before the lights hit the floor, and obviously before, when it shuts, it don't just keep pulling, it stops on a micro switch. So put the keys down. We've got 2 little thumb screws in there. We just wind a little bit. Bit of safety. Stops the ramps moving around in transit, that's all. And the ramps just come out the back. And the hook in like that. So what we've got, guys, just a nice slope all the way through. Contours the same, so easy for loading vehicles, which later on I'm hoping to show you as loading a vehicle. Also, we've made these little 80mm steel blocks. They're designed to go under the back of the truck. Let me show you where. This is for loading vehicles. You don't need them, but it's a bit of safety we've done. So that goes under there, and that one goes under there, lined up with a chassis. So what this does is when we lower the truck, the chassis sits on the blocks, and if we're loading something heavy on, it doesn't allow the 59 caddy lights to smash into the ground with a weight. So it's just a bit of safety. Let me just lower the truck down. Let's get rid of the ramp. So the truck is laid out now, the ramps are out, this is ready to load, but before we load it, I just want to show you where all the work's actually gone, the chassis work, the engineering side of it. Let's take a look under the bed, why the bed is up. So, as you can see, there's a lot of plumbing going on here. These 3 tanks there, These are what control the air brakes and the air clutch of the truck. So everything to do with the braking system and the clutch system, even down to the handbrake, is air over hydraulic. So working that stuff out has been, let's say, an headache, but we've done it. So what we have here is another 2 air tanks. Them air tanks control the airbags of the truck. So the up and down, the leveling of the truck is controlled by 2 separate tanks, because what we didn't want to do is steal the air from the brakes and the clutch system. So it's on its own system. Also, this side of the truck side, there's a fuel tank, which is in the door there. So if we open this door, it's pretty much a dummy door, but there's a fuel cap behind it. I didn't want a fuel cap on show, and I also wanted to mirror, image the other side of the truck. So the other side's got 2 doors. This is actually a storage in there. So when we first got the truck, all we brought was the cab and the chassis, which you will see later in the video. So with everything you can see here, everything here, even down to the wheel arches, this is all fabbed in house. We've done all this work, and me just being a pain, I've got the lads even to build rounded doors which are recessed with a rubber, because I didn't want water going in them. You know, we didn't want square doors, we wanted something, you know, pretty and finished off, and I think it really does finish a truck. We've got lovely little LED running lights, which also work as an indicator, so we can be seen coming. Inside the truck, the chassis is an original chassis, so it's a 5.5 ton truck to start with. The chassis on it was huge. It was an old like cement mixing truck or something, maybe even a recovery truck of its day in America before we had the truck. We've probably lengthened a few feet on the back of it for the beaver tail. So the chassis really, we've not touched, we've not done anything to it. It's just pretty much fabbed all the sides. This was just all flat sheet metal. That's how it's come in. Same as these wheel arches. These didn't exist, they're not off anything. They're not fiberglass, these are steel. Which, to be fair, my dad's built these by hand on the English wheel. They are beautiful. A couple of more details I've probably forgot is, obviously we've built all this framework as well to house the bed. We've made this tilt bed basically, so we've had all this box section on the bench, cut to length, and then we've built this. It's ran off these 2 hydraulic rams rated for 2 ton. We've had a proper company come in and they've measured the weight and stuff. We've told them what we wanted to run, and they've built their company called A1 Hydraulics. Real cool company to work with. They've done us really proud with that one. These are built in house, so 4-inch tube that we've had polished. We've TIG welded some nice ends, slash cut them. Nice little radius on the top there, as you can see. We put some V-band clamps on the bottom, so if we need to take the exhaust off for anything lower garage or anything like that, even in our paint shop we have to take the exhaust off. That's why they unbolt. As you can imagine, this was a lovely piece to build with no room in the engine bay, and it's a 4-inch pipe, but we've done it. It looks amazing, and I think I've got a picture of this exhaust built on my bench. It will just give you an idea on how big this exhaust is. We had some exhaust left, so what we've done, we've made this headache rack, so hopefully if a car does come too far, it will hit this instead of the back of the cab. That's all it's designed for, but it's in keeping with the truck and what we've got going on already. Right, that's about a wrap for the truck, but like I promised, I'm going to load it with another new toy I've brought, but can't say anything about that just yet. So this is the truck. I'm going to load onto our orange truck. Just a quick update on the truck. So this is a truck I've brought from Paintworks Loughborough. This is my daily. I don't want to go too much into detail, but we've got a lot coming for this truck. Hopefully in the videos you'll see in the future, but I just thought it'd be really funny to put a flatbed on a flatbed, so let's load it. That's it then, we're loaded. Let's get the bed down before the truck rolls off. I think that fits on there quite nice. Let's air the other one out. let's air this truck out on top. That's all loaded, looks okay on there. I'm just going to lift the back end up a tiny bit, just so the truck looks a bit level. I'll do that now. Right, level, bro. Lovely, I'm happy with that. All right, you lovely shackers, that's it. That's a wrap for today. We're loaded, we're ready to get out of here, go to a show. Hope you have a fantastic weekend. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share it to your friends, all that jazz. Peace.